Coming up on First at 4, as First on 4 continues, we talk with one doctor about keeping pets warm and safe during the cold. And the Kentucky Blood Center is seeking your help to form donating blood.
And after a chilly Christmas weekend, things looking up for 2022's last week. And yes, that includes temperatures. The breakdown after this is First at 4 continues.
Mountain News First at 4 continues.
Flood victims across the region are still displaced, but one family at Jenny Wiley is thriving, and we were able to celebrate the holiday. The Claudel family, whose homes were flooded in July, were forced to stay at Jenny Wiley State Resort Park and have been there nearly 5 months as their homes are being rebuilt. Mother and grandmother Pam Caudle says her 2 children, daughter-in-law, and 3 grandchildren have adjusted well, and the family had a wonderful Christmas.
The adaptations that they've had to make, I just can't believe how well that they're doing, and they're thriving. And yeah, they want to go home. They do. But you know what? They understand that this is the situation we're in, and they're taking it in stride and just being who they are.
The Caudles had plenty of presents and even Christmas dinner yesterday, but say it was definitely a different experience than past holiday seasons. We will have more with the Caudles tonight at 6. Animal health care professionals are urging pet owners to bring their furry friends inside when it is dangerously cold outside. Much like humans, animals can get hypothermia or frostbite if exposed to the cold too long. Veterinarian William Haggins says you should give your pets shelter even before the temperatures drop below freezing.
Once it gets down to those temperatures that I was referring to, like in the 50s, 45s, then it really doesn't matter. All of those pets need to be inside. They need to have some sort of shelter, whether it be the shelter of their own or brought indoors.
Haggins also said if you see a stray animal that looks dangerously cold, to find its shelter immediately. We will have more at 6. If you are looking for something to do today that could save lives, the Kentucky Blood Center is open. They are desperately seeking blood donations. Due to a recent spike in illnesses and inclement weather, the nonprofit says they are significantly below average for collections this month. They need about 400 donors a day to keep hospitals stocked with a steady supply. As of late, they have only had about 240 daily donors.
Normally, we get a little surge of donors right before the holiday, and the weather last week just crushed that. We saw about 33% of what we were hoping to see Friday and Saturday, so that we don't collect on Christmas Day, and here we are the morning after Christmas, and we're critically low on blood.
The KBC is giving movie passes to donors.
And their blood mobile will be here in about a week or 2. And hopefully the trend is looking warmer as we head through the end of this week and into next week. But we still have some of the leftover snowy grounds out there, at least for right now. Here's a look outside from our studio. Yes, we've seen some melting, but still some ice and snow on the front parking lot here at WYMT 28, the current reading. As we head out to Whitesburg, roads are clear of snow, but you can see the salt remnants of out there at the moment. Temperatures upper 20s to right around 30 in most locations. That's a good 2 to 5 degrees warmer than this time yesterday. Those numbers will continue to increase as we head through the rest of the evening there, or the rest of the week, I should say. Couple of snow showers still hanging on areas close to Black Mountain, just kind of scattered about these flurries. Same thing there in the western parts of McCreary County. Other than that, we're looking dry, at least for the moment. Everything kind of pushing on out, and you see the most of the activity out toward the Knoxville Metro right now as this whole system continues to work on through. So for tonight, snow showers ending, low to mid 20s out there. But we're back above freezing as soon as tomorrow. Those details in a few minutes. Olivia?
Thank you, Evan. Here in the U.S., when students return to West Point for the spring semester, they will no longer see Confederate monuments and images on campus. Workers will remove the items during the holiday break, including a portrait of Robert E. Lee in the school library that shows him wearing a Confederate uniform. The military academy announced the plan in a letter sent to the West Point community last week. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin approved the changes last October. They are part of the recommendation proposed by the congressionally mandated naming commission. Its mission is to remove all names, symbols, and monuments that honor the Confederacy from U.S. military facilities. Lifting its zero COVID measures may have eased pressure on Chinese citizens who have lived in perpetual state of lockdown. But now the country is buckling under a massive surge of the virus. CBS's Riley Carlson reports.
Patients flood into this Beijing emergency department as busy staffers try to keep up with the most recent wave of COVID-19. Our daily workload is huge, says this head nurse. We've reached our capacity of 530 patients. There's nowhere else in the hospital to move them.
The ER filled up with people. A lot of them got admitted to the hospital. They're not getting better in a day or two, so there's no flow.
Experts fear more than 1 million people could die over the next few months as the virus tears its way across the country. The health authority says it will stop publishing daily infection and death statistics. Beijing has admitted the scale of this outbreak has become too hard to track. Thousands of fever clinics have popped up to keep mild infections away from busy hospitals. Pharmaceutical companies are increasing production of anti-fever and cough medication, this one doubling output in the last 20 days. Vaccine booster campaigns are ramping up again, especially for the elderly. There are concerns not enough people have had a second or third shot, and more variants could emerge from this outbreak. Riley Carlson, CBS News, London.
China suspended most of its mass testing and quarantine rules last month after widespread protest. The death toll following the sinking of a Royal Thai Navy warship has increased to 18. The Royal Thai Navy reported yesterday. The ship sank in severe weather last Monday, leaving dozens of its crew missing in stormy seas in the Gulf of Thailand. 11 Navy officers remain missing. Of the 105 on board, 76 have been rescued. Coming up as First at 4 continues, building buildings a smart way. We'll take a look at how artificial intelligence is keeping construction on a budget and on schedule.
And a couple more flakes can't be ruled out, but we're quieting down as we head through the work week, and we're also warming it up. Those details after this.